Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. The Holy Father's 4-day apostolic visit to Slovakia came to an end on Wednesday, September the 15th, which also happens to be the feast of Our Lady of Sorrows, who is the patroness of the Central European country. On Wednesday morning, the Pontiff celebrated an open-air Mass on the premises of the historic basilica in Sastin, dedicated to Our Lady of Sorrows. The Mass was attended by thousands of believers from all over the country. In his homily, the Pontiff projected Our Lady as the model of the faith of the Slovak people. Before the liturgy, His Holiness visited the basilica, where he recited an entrustment prayer, along with other bishops and archbishops. Earlier on Tuesday, the Holy Father had presided over the Divine Liturgy of St. John Chrysostom in the Byzantine Rite, and later interacted with members of the Roma community. After a farewell ceremony at the airport in the afternoon, the Holy Father left for Rome. Senators from both the Republican and Democratic parties in the US have condemned the protest of abortion rights activists outside the residence of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. As many as 50 pro-choice activists marched to the residence of Kavanaugh on Monday evening to protest against the ruling of the Supreme Court that allows Texas to enforce its law banning abortions after 6 weeks of gestation. They also called for the justice to step down. The top court of the country issued its 5-4 verdict on September the 2nd, with Kavanaugh voting with the majority. Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa, who is a Republican, said the protest was a blatant attempt to intimidate the judiciary. Democratic Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois also slammed the protest. The Catholic Prayer Breakfast, which is an annual prayer gathering of lay people in the United States, has honoured a jailed Catholic democracy activist of Hong Kong in absentia. During the prayer gathering on Tuesday, September the 14th in Washington, D.C., organisers announced that philanthropist and millionaire Jimmy Lai, who is imprisoned, has been bestowed with the Christi Fidelis Laici Award. The award is named after Pope St. John Paul II's 1998 apostolic exhortation on the mission of the laity in the world. Lai was given the top honour as his publications stood for the truth about Hong Kong and China. Joseph Cella, a board member of the Prayer Breakfast, said Lai is a man of extraordinary means, serving men and women who yearn for freedom. The democracy advocate has been jailed for 10 months after a court convicted him for breaching the terms of lease of his farm. Christian leaders in the US have criticised the installation of the first transgender bishop of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. Reverend Megan Rohrer was installed as bishop in San Francisco's Grace Cathedral on Saturday. Rohrer will be in charge of one of the 65 synods of the church, overseeing close to 200 congregations in Northern California and Northern Nevada. Slamming the appointment, Al Mohler, president of the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary, told Fox News that the entire transgender revolution is a revolt against the order of God in creation and God's intention for humanity. Mark Tooley, president of the Institute on Religion and Democracy, said churches should not elevate to senior leadership persons who think self-will trumps God's designs. An Italian Fide Donum priest serving in Turkey has been appointed the new apostolic vicar of Istanbul. Father Massimiliano Palinuro, who is the pastor of Trabzon, will succeed Mexican Bishop Ruben Tierrablanca González, who died 9 months ago from COVID-19. Born in Ariano Irpino in Italy in 1974, Palinuro joined the Naples Archiepiscopal Seminary in 1993 and was ordained on April the 24th in 1999. Father Palinuro, who has a doctorate in biblical theology, taught at the Pontifical Theological Faculty of Southern Italy for some time before moving to Turkey and has been there for the past 9 years. The Apostolic Vicariate of Istanbul has 16,000 baptised members spread across 12 parishes. The seat of the Vicariate is in the Cathedral of the Holy Spirit. Its jurisdiction extends over the Latin Rite Catholics in the European part of Turkey and in some provinces of northwestern Anatolia. It has been suggested that the Swiss Guard, who have been protecting the Vicar of Christ since 1506, might open up to female soldiers in the future. The tiny corps has announced that it is planning to have new barracks within the walls of the Vatican, and they can accommodate female soldiers in future. Swiss men aged between 19 and 30 who are practicing Catholics and single can serve in the Swiss Guard for a period of 2 years. Ruth Metzler-Arnold, who heads the Swiss Guard Foundation, welcomed a discussion on the question of recruiting women in the elite corps. adding that recruitment potential will increase if female guards are permitted. The existing barracks are cramped, and some of the members of the corps live outside the Vatican. In the United Kingdom, the British Medical Association, or BMA, has decided not to oppose assisted dying after a landmark vote on Tuesday, September the 14th. The highly influential doctors' union, that represents 150,000 medics, has decided to adopt a neutral stand after 49% of the association's representative body voted in favour of it. 48% voted against, and 3% of members abstained from the vote. The BMA has also called for legally protected rights, enabling doctors to conscientiously object to taking part in assisted dying. Currently, assisted dying is illegal in the country. However, an assisted dying bill sponsored by Baroness Molly Meacher will be debated in the House of Lords on October the 22nd. Marking the 136th anniversary of the apparition of Our Lady in Tra Cue in Vietnam, Bishop Joseph Dang Duc Ngan of Da Nang urged Catholics to seek the Blessed Mother's help to overcome the pandemic crisis. During the religious persecution in the 19th century, more than 1,500 Christians of the Tra Cue parish were besieged for 3 weeks, and many sought refuge in the church. When the faithful and parish priest, Father Jean-Baptiste Bruyère, were about to be attacked, Our Lady appeared on the church's roof, and the attackers fled in fear. During the anniversary celebrations, the bishop encouraged everyone to pray for families and, like their ancestors, implore Mary's help in all hardships. The anniversary celebrations carried the theme of Mary, Queen of Families. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.